So if you hear, you're wondering what creature to pick, and it kind of depends on the situation, obviously, but let's go ahead and take a general look. So naturally, you're gonna start out with the dragon, and yeah, he's not terrible, all right, and especially if you consider in the fact that a lot of the times there's gonna be a situation where um, your creature's not gonna do any damage, like it's not going to attack at all. And that's when aura actually plays a pretty huge part. Now, a lot of people don't want holy damage and they don't want accuracy. Um, in terms of like versus something like take a look at Cerberus. He has active skill damage up and armor break. That's actually a little bit more useful. And then we also have Whale, who has the crit rate and crit damage boost. Crit rate being obviously the most important part. So in terms of aura, that seems to be a little bit more important. Um, so actually, the dragon isn't as good as you would think. Now we obviously have the basically the DLC of the creatures. Unicorn theoretically at first was a good option because he could CC, but the odds of him CCing were pretty low, so he became pretty shitty. The pig was basically the equivalent of Idle Hero's deer. And he's, Valkyrie, and on this game, Kimberly, having a heal and a attack was pretty nice. However, almost nobody picks Pig. So we're left to these two, Whale and Cerberus. If you know what you're doing with your team and you want to build around the Whale, especially if you want a crit-based team, Whale's a pretty solid option. Right now, he's currently the most commonly picked option. A lot of people have him maxed out already. However, Cerberus is actually starting to take a jump in pick rate. People are starting to use him. They're starting to level him up, and he's pretty solid. So in his aura, he has the active skill damage up, which is becoming pretty increasingly important. He has really high damage boost for your aura, and he has a pretty solid amount of HP boost. And then for his attacks, they're all pretty much the same. Targets 5 random enemies, and it does massive damage. That's pretty good. So if you don't really know what you're going to be building towards, and you're just kind of building whatever you have, Cerberus is by far the best option to go to. If you're like super nitpicky and you only want, like crit based stuff, obviously Whale's going to be the way to go. It doesn't make sense not to do Whale. But there you go. So, bottom line, just pick Cerberus. Like he's going to be your best bet. If you really value how much gold you have, as you see, I don't really have all that much gold anymore. I would suggest not rebirthing your heroes. And yes, you're going to get a lot of your loot back, but you're not going to be able to use anything. You're not going to be able to do anything with all that. Half the abilities cost like 2 million gold in order just to upgrade. So I would suggest keeping it for your 3v3s and arena if that's something that you're interested in. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys